me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. No, those are not my words because Remy the Rat in Ratatouille in 2007 said that line. I've grown up seeing people serving my entire life. Your first initial reaction might be, does she really mean serving like a plate of food? Well, yes, but that's not the type of serving that I'm going to be talking about today. The serving I'm going to be talking about today is serving that lines up really well with volunteering. Dennis Marquardt puts serving as doing something primarily for the benefit and goodwill of another person or group. So that is why I think volunteering lines up really similar with serving. Today, my three main points that I want to bring across to you are what I have seen in other people, how I've gotten connected and how one of my friends has gotten connected, and getting outside of my comfort zone while serving. I've grown up knowing adults who serve because they want to, not because they have to. And it can take time and can sometimes be difficult for some people to get to that mindset of it's because you want to and not because you have to. And not everyone is perfect right away. The person that you might be thinking about that seems like they have their life together when they're doing things for other people, not all of the time it's heaven, because we're human and none of us is perfect. It's also important to take care of yourself before you are able to go out and serve other people. Because if you can't accept what you are telling other people, it might not reach its full potential that the message has. I also see another group of people that don't understand this concept very much because they don't like it when the attention turns from I to you. And I wish I knew why people were like that and how their brain works like that, but unfortunately I don't. Like I've said, I've seen amazing people serve and volunteer within my church family, and that is where I first started serving and volunteering. I also have a friend who grew up in 4-H, and that is where she is able to learn from that. So in a nutshell, we all have different places and connections that we can learn and grow from. Now, serving in church and serving in 4-H, they sound like two completely different things, but yet at the core, they do connect because they're doing things for other people, for the goodwill of people, like Dennis said. My friend Michaela Mitchell of Richardtown, North Dakota, told me about her volunteer experience in 4-H and what she's gotten out of it, and she enjoys giving back to people and just making the happy experiences for people that she didn't realize that she could give. Our gratitude increases by 70% when we are able to do things for other people. Sometimes the little things we do when we are being a light and doing things for others, we don't realize how impactful it was. At the end of March, a few people from my church and myself, we went to Mankato, Minnesota and did a children's mission fair for some of the kids down there. We had 5 to 8 different stations of different activities. There was beanbag toss, some face painting, pie in the face, and they all tied into a Bible lesson. Like, whenever we do something with kids, our plan does not always work out how we thought it was going to. So we had extra time on our hands when all the kids had gone through the stations. One of the girls wanted to draw on one of the volunteers' faces some pretty designs that she was really proud of. And then a few more of her friends started coming and doing more on her face. And eventually, more after more, the kids got more of the volunteers to draw all over their faces. And when they came to me, I was scared to let them do it because I didn't know how I was going to turn out at the end. But I said yes, having them do it to my face. And that is how I ended up looking like this. What I didn't expect from this trip was that this was going to happen. I went down there to do anything that the kids wanted to do, and yet this happened and it wasn't in our plan. And sometimes that happens when we're volunteering and serving. We just got to be willing to go and do whatever is needed. With all that being said, I hope for you hearing about some serving from my life, from some of my life experiences, and my friends has sparked something in you to go out and do more for people. Thank you.